What it do, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Growing Up Hip Hop Season 7, Episode 2 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. The episode starts off with Twist, our fave, well, at least my fave, and he's at his crib. It seemed like every season, Twist is in a new house. I'm starting to feel like they just putting this man up in Airbnbs or something, but he seems to be doing so much better. You know, last season he was dealing with his court case. He says he's off the drugs and he's going to church now. He got him a new set of veneers. He seems to be getting his life on track. Brianna comes by to visit him to catch up because they haven't seen each other in quite a while. And she invites him to Lazy's beach party. Twist was like, I will be there. Twist then brings up the fact that he and Maya have broken up because he cheated on her. And he miss her, he want her back, but she ain't messing with him right now. They've been broken up for I think a month or two, and he was like, he didn't realize that she was like literally not gonna come back. He thought that she would have gave in by now, but she has not. And Brianna was telling him like, dude, you just can't be out here cheating on women, and if she is a woman of standards, like, she's not going to stick around and allow you to run over her and treat her any kind of way, like, and you need to, you know, acknowledge that and respect that. So this man pull out this girl panties, talking about this how he much he miss her. He walk around with them, and Brianna is just like, what in the world is going on? She is disgusted, but low key, she was like, I want a man to love me like that, where he walking around with my drugs in his pocket and pulling them out and sniffing it. I don't want no man to love me that much. I don't. I'm all right. Because first of all, my drawers is big. They not going to fit in no regular old pocket. You going to have a trapper keeper to put my panties inside of them. So I don't want that in my life. Head over to Sam and his jacked up hairline. When I tell you that man hairline is a roller coaster. He got cowlick, child, like But anywho, he's in the pool. Tyran comes by to visit him, and they have a chit chat about when Sam met up with his father-in-law, Tretch. And Sam tells Tyran that, you know, Tretch kept questioning me like I have no plans for this baby. He kind of put me down like I was a loser. It kind of sparked a lot in my head to be like, F you. We've never called on him for help. Why does he feel that he can approach me in a way like I need help? And this goes back to, once again, Sam wanting to be in control and run everything, and now the rose-colored glasses are coming off, especially when it comes to Tretch, and Tretch is starting to see him for who he actually really is, okay, and not what Egypt had planted in his head. He's starting to see that Sam is living off of Egypt and this show. But this show not gonna last forever, sir. So when this show is going, then what you gonna do? What y'all gonna do, period? Because what does Egypt have going for herself outside of this show? Ain't nobody listening to their music. Nobody. So she's going to continue, I guess, to get opportunities via her mother. But that will only last but for so long. Y'all have this baby coming. You might be potentially going into the clinker. Like, what are y'all going to do for money? So this is a natural conversation that a father would have with his son-in-law, and that he need to be having with Egypt, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And Sam just one of the people he don't want nobody to say nothing to him. I mean, his own father couldn't even control him. So I don't know why people are shocked that he feels some type of way about Tretch saying something to him. So Tyran was like, you know, the best way you can prove him wrong is through your actions. You know, show him what you got going on. And Tyran in his confession was like, everybody's sensitive nowadays. You know, me and my father come from basically the school of hard knocks, so you got to get up and get out and get something. Child, and if the tea I know about this man is true, then Tyran is the wrong person to be giving anybody advice about anything in life, and he should not be on this show. If the tea that I know about him is in fact true, it would shake up this whole shebang. So Sam asked him to talk to Tretch on his behalf, and Tyran was like, I'll do it or whatever. I wouldn't do it because I ain't got nothing to do with that. You a grown man, and everything my daddy said to you is correct. So I don't know what you want me to talk to him about. And then you sat here in my face and said to me that you wanted to say F him, and you felt comfortable enough to say that to me. Like, I hope Tyran goes back and tell Tretch that, because first of all, when he said that, I would have been like, nah, let me tell you something now. We cool. You my brother-in-law, but never are you going to tell my daddy F you. And I know that Tretch is not Tyran's biological father, but he still raised him as such. Like, no way, sir. No, absolutely not. JoJo's stepdaughter, Sequoia, is in the studio, and her cousin, Devin, who is KC's son, joins her in the studio to work on some music. So Sequoia tells him about the fact that her mom and JoJo are divorcing after all of these years of being together. And, she's not upset that they're getting a divorce. She wants them both to be happy. But her issue is she don't like the way her mama is moving, because she's learned that her mom, Tiny, has been dating Lazy on the low and has not said anything about it to her. So apparently Tiny been ducking and dodging Sequoia, not answering her phone calls, just been acting funny and distant. And the reason why Sequoia feels some type of way is because Lazy is her mentor. Like, they work with him professionally. Her mom is her manager. So if things go awry, then things could get really messy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's my mama. And if you disrespect her or anything like that, then that's going to ruin our relationship. And I feel like, yes, y'all are grown. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I can't stop you, but it would have been nice to let me know what was going on instead of hiding it behind my back, because hiding it reconfirms that you all know that it's wrong, that y'all like sneaking around and doing it behind my back. You know what I'm saying? It's not professional. It's not professional at all. So, and then I think that she feels some type of way because it's a close connection to her father. There's somebody that her dad knows in the industry. It's just a lot that goes into it. And then on top of that, both of them are married. Both of them are married. They supposed to be going through divorces, but y'all ain't divorced yet. So make it make sense. So her cousin Devin is like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, he ain't even feeling it at all. At all. So Sequoia say that she's been taking care of her dad, JoJo, because he deals with diabetes and high blood pressure. He be sick and stuff all the time. And, she ain't got no problem doing it, but she was like, can't nobody do it like her mom did. Like, I guess because her mom did it for so long, like she knows the ins and outs of everything. And she also states that she refuses to lie to her dad about the situation. Like, if he asks, she's going to keep it a buck and let him know that, yeah, my mom and Lazy are dealing with each other. I get what she was saying about her mom taking care of JoJo, but if we're divorcing, that's no longer my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I will aid you in getting you help, home health care or something, but that can no longer be my priority to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that she should put that on to her mom. That's not fair to her. But I also do feel like Tiny and Lazy should have sat down and talked to her and told her what was going on instead of hiding it behind her back. We then see Tretch, his wife Cicely, and Tiny get together for lunch and drinks or whatever. And Tiny says that, she and Lazy are dating and that they have been doing so for a year. And they like, a year and your daughter don't know? Like, how y'all been hiding that? Like, what's that about? And, she was like, we're both married still. We're going through the process of divorcing our exes. And she was like, she don't want to be made to feel bad about leaving JoJo because, she's dealt with so much with him throughout the years. cheating, the drugs, the alcoholism. And she was like, the alcoholism was what really did it for her. Like, it ruined their marriage, him going in and out of rehabs and all of this type of stuff. So I could understand how that has weighed on her, and nobody wants to continue to live that type of way and have that type of burden on their life. So Tiny makes it clear that she has fallen in and out of love with him. So she is all in it right now, honey, with Lazy. She was like, she feel like a little girl when she around him, and that boom, 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 boom is good. So he basically is dicking her down. Baby, do they put that camera on Tretch? Tretch was sitting there like, why the fuck y'all got me sitting here while y'all kikiing and talking about this man dick game? Like, I don't want to hear this shit. So, Tiny in her confessional was like, she just got to tell Sequoia, and she was like, this is the longest they have gone without speaking to each other. It's awkward. It's weird. She don't like it. And I was like, well, you the one put y'all in that position, because you the one that said that, you have pulled away because you don't want to be judged or to hear what nobody got to say. So that's your fault. So Trish was like, I think she'll be mad that you didn't come and tell her. So you need to tell her, like, ASAP. And I agree. Like, ain't no way y'all been dating for a year behind my back. Like, grow up. Stretch visits Egypt at her rehearsal. She's rehearsing to go out on tour with her mom, and she asks him for advice on how to tour with being pregnant. And he tell her, to have a barf bag on deck, because when Pepper was pregnant with her, she would have to run off stage and throw up, and then run back on stage and everything. But he also lets her know that you and Sam got to get it together, because y'all dreams ain't gonna pay the bills. Y'all got a baby to take care of. Y'all got a household now to take care of. Y'all gonna have to figure some stuff out. I don't know if it was cut out, but I feel like the same conversation he had with Sam, he should have had that same conversation with her, and the seriousness and of the situation that she's now in. I felt like he kind of went light on Egypt because she is his daughter, and probably because that's his baby girl and she's pregnant with his first grandchild. But he needs to have put his foot down with her as well, as the same way as he did Sam. So it's the day of Lazy's beach party, which is basically a group cast event. Cree and Vanessa ride over together, and Vanessa asks how Angela is doing, because Angela is in Atlanta at this point. And Cree was like, she's doing real good or whatever. She's trying to do this singing thing. And Vanessa was like, we had a group back in the day, and Angela didn't even last a day while doing it. And Cree was like, when she was telling me about the singer situation, I immediately thought of Brianna, because I think that it would be cool for them to do it together, because Brianna know how to sing. So I think that would be a dope link up. But I want to speak to Brianna about it, even though she sneak dissed me. And Vanessa was like, huh, what happened? She was like, she was on live, and she said she wondered if we're really friends, if I'm really friends with the Simmons, or is it just for TV or whatever. And Vanessa was like, oh, I don't like that, So Cree was like, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to talk to her about the singing situation. Now, I don't know if this was a way of Cree using Angela's make-believe singing career as a way to broach a conversation with Brianna about the sneak dissing, because the correlation to me just don't go together. Like, I understand Brianna know how to sing or whatever, but do you really care to put them two together for Angela to do this little stupid song? No. I feel like that was a way for Cree to go to Brianna and broach a conversation to go into this whole you sneak dissing me type of issue. And now I could be wrong, but I honestly think that that's what happened with the situation, because if I know you was online sneak dissing me, why do I want to then go to you and ask, do you want to collaborate, work with my homegirl on a song? Like, I don't even have nothing to say to you then in real life. Like, no. Lil Easy, Eric, and his wife, Aaliyah, who still ain't got it together, but I digress. arrive to the function first. And when they come in, they peep Tiny and Lazy flirting with each other. So they kind of looking like, what's the tea, sis? Like, what's going on here? Y'all are mighty close. I mean, Tiny just giggling and she's shaking. He was like, why you so nervous? She was like, you make me nervous. Oh my God, let me fix your pants. And I'm like, girl, this man got on a pair of jorts. He got on jean shorts. I cannot take him seriously. Lazy is a good looking man. He has not aged a day. He is fine and he do got that little West Coast sex appeal about him. But baby, them jorts, it's not gonna bother me. And she kind of low key looked like she could be his mama, even though I know that they're both around the same age. He just looks younger than her. She's a good looking woman though. Don't get me wrong though. She's really pretty. So then the rest of the crew starts piling in, and Sequoia arrives and she barely speak to her mama. Like she kind of just like give her and walk off. So Creed and Vanessa arrive and Creed walks in and she was like, hi. She spoke to everybody that was in front of her, including Brianna. And Brianna kind of like just like shrugged her off and like turned her head. And I was like, ooh, that's rude. So it's obvious that there is an issue here. Like the fact that she didn't even speak back to the girl. I was like, okay. So after that, we see Sequoia go sit next to Eric and Aaliyah, and they tell her that when they arrived, it looked like they was about to be on a double date, because that's the type of energy and time that Tiny and Lazy was on. So Sequoia's just like, what is going on? Like, I keep on hearing stuff from everybody else, but they not telling me. And she was like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And Aaliyah was like, well, they were definitely together. She was like, but Eric think I'm messy, so let me be quiet. Yeah, shut up. Because why don't y'all ever have no storyline? Y'all always the one that's going around telling everybody else business. What's going on in that household with y'all 90 million kids and his 50,000 baby mamas? When are we ever going to see y'all house? When are we ever going to see what's going on with you all? Like, what's going on with his dispensary? Like, I need to know what's going on in Lil Eric. Like, because I feel like outside of his, daddy storyline, he don't really got no storyline. He's literally the bone carrier at this point, him and Aaliyah. So why are y'all here? It's starting to irk me. So after talking to them, Sequoia then steps outside where her mom is at. Her mom is on the balcony. And Sequoia is like, what is going on? Because people keep telling me stuff and you've been acting distant. You ain't been answering my phone calls. Like, what is going on? So Tiny was like, I know I've been distant and we need to have a conversation. There are things I need to talk to you about, but this isn't the place for the conversation. If this wasn't a place for the conversation, darling, then why would y'all have a whole event where you're at openly flirting with this man in my face and I'm just supposed to sit here and pretend like this ain't happening until you decide you ready to talk about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You have lost your mind, because your relationship affects me and my career. So that's therein where the problem lies. You at least owe me an explanation. Ain't no way we all about to be at an event together and my mama all over some man that I work with that mentors me and tell me, oh, we'll talk about it later. And what, girl, you lost your mind. You have lost your mind. The Disney must have you sprung and tripping. Back inside at the bar, it's Cree, it's Tiny, Lazy, and Bree. And Cree says to Bree, oh, your dress is very pretty. And Brianna was like, you ain't even speak to me when you came in. And Cree was like, yeah, I did, but I don't need the energy from you right now. Like, slow your roll, sis. And in this case, I am agreeing with Cree. Like, she spoke to you. She gave you a compliment. Like, what more do you want? And you didn't speak back to me. Now you being stank towards me, Thompson. You ain't speak to me. You saw me speak to you. The camera showed that you saw me speak to you and you turned your head. Like, so what more do you want from me? Nobody's about to kiss your ass. So Creed was like, I did speak to you. I don't need this energy from you. I understand that you're, good at sneak dissing. So I was like, oh, okay. So she didn't need the Angela conversation to broach the subject. All right. So Brianna was like, I don't sneak. I talk about you in real life. And I was like, oh, all right. So Cree was like, but you don't know me. Me and you are not the same. You sell incense. I like plugins. You read tarot cards. I like the Bible. So we are not the same. And Brianna was like, did you practice that? Did you really practice that? And I was like, yeah, that was written. Cree girl, no, don't ever do no practice reads. Like, no rehearsed reads. It was cute. It was cute, but no, let's not do that ever again. That was kind of low key embarrassing. But she thought she ate Honey in that moment. So Brianna was like, let me shut this down right now. So she gets up and walks off. And Cree was like, you basic anyway. And Bree was like, not in my birthday month, bitch. And Cree was like, excuse me? And Brianna was like, I said not in my birthday month, bitch. So Cree was like, yeah, enjoy the sunset from something you could never own. Now, I firmly believe when arguing with somebody, nothing is off limits. If we gonna go there, we gonna go there, okay? But for reality show sake purposes, I think one of the issues that the audience has with Cree is that she comes across like an elitist. Like she thinks she's better than everybody because her reads normally go towards money and access and things of that nature. And it's always kind of coming across like she's belittling the other person, which is fine by me. You know what I'm saying? Because if we going to talk about each other, we going to talk about each other. But I think that strikes a nerve with the audience. And that's why the audience does not like her. And then from what I've read online is that people always feel like she's starting stuff with people. But in this case, I felt like Brianna was the one that started with her. She didn't do anything to her. She did say something smart about her online. Then I see you in person. I speak to you. You don't speak back. I try to give you a compliment. You coming to me about not speaking to you when I did speak to you. So I'm not going to say that Cree started this because it's obvious that Brianna did. Brianna has an issue with her and Cree is defending herself. So that's my take on that whole situation. So after that, Cree then goes outside and tells everybody what just happened between her and Brianna. And TT immediately gets up and walks off because they had issues last season, she and Cree. So she was like, she don't even want to be around that. So she goes inside and Sequoia follows her. And TT says to Brianna, like, you already know what team I'm on. Like, girl, nope. So Sequoia also says, she was like, let me know if you need, backup, because I done been there, done that, from last season. And Sequoia in her confessional was like, Cree has it out for Bree because Bree is a real hustler. She sells incense and art and does music, and Cree does event planning. But what is she planning? Like, we don't never see nothing. I think she's intimidated by Brianna. Now, let me say this much. Do I think that Cree is intimidated by Brianna? Absolutely not. I do not think that at all. Brianna has her business going for herself. Yes, that's great and wonderful. Now, as far as Cree is concerned in this party planning, I gotta agree with Brianna. We ain't seen her plan nothing like on social media or anything. I don't know if that's something that she's still currently doing, but we don't see her promoting or planning any events. So yeah, what is it that you do outside of this show? Like, I know she's doing her acting and stuff like that. So I think that Cree needs to show more of what she does professionally. Maybe she does and it gets edited out. I don't know. But that was kind of a good assessment coming from Sequoia. Ooh. So after that, Sequoia is kind of like standing off in the cut. She upset still because her mama acting like a donkey, acting like she on Team Mom 2 pregnant and yonder. So Twist peep game and pull her off to the side to talk. Now look at them. Aren't they just the cutest little thing? They look like two little Polly Pockets. They would make a gorgeous couple if Twist could put his peen down and be faithful to somebody. I ship this. I want this to happen. I think they look so adorable together. So cute. So Twist pulled her outside and asked her what's going on because, you know, she got the angry face on, and she tells him about what's going on with her mom and Lazy. And, you know, he just like, don't even trip off that. Enjoy yourself and have a good time or whatever. So she asked him about Maya, like, where's she at? And he was like, we broke up. And she was like, oh, so you already dating somebody else? And he was like, no, that's my friend. Because mind you, he got a whole girl there with him. Some girl named Kiana. Yet and still, he done pulled Sequoia outside to have a one-on-one conversation. The audacity. So Twist was like, you look good, girl. And Sequoia was like, you be running from me. You ain't ready for this. And Twist in his confessional was like, you know, I ain't even trying to go there with her, but I think she want a bone, 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 bone. He was like, I'm really trying to be good and not go there. But I want you to go there. I want y'all to, you know, date. But he's still in love with his ex or whatever. So I guess whatever. So back outside, the rest of the gang is outdoors laughing and talking. And Eric was like, y'all happy about Egypt being pregnant? They was like, what? Egypt pregnant? And he was like, y'all didn't know? And they was like, no. Like, everybody was stunned and shocked to hear the news. And TT was like, you know, oh, that's good. That's great. I'm happy for her. People online felt like she was being shady. I genuinely think that she was shocked. And like, you know, hey, if that's her next step in life, good for her. I'm happy for her, but I still don't want to be bothered. But good looking out, child. So we then at the end of the episode see Tiny and Lazy in the kitchen all over each other. They act like they at a junior high lock-in. Sequoia walked by and just stared them down. And Lazy was like, we cool? And from what we saw, she doesn't say anything. She just grabbed her purse, stand there, and mean mugged them. Meanwhile, her mama just cracking up laughing like it's the funniest thing ever to her. Sequoia then was like, I ain't got time for this, and leave. Now, at this point in this scene, this is when I started to think this is a storyline for y'all. They might be dating, and they might have been dating for the last year, but I think now at this point that this is a storyline for them, that we gonna pretend like Sequoia didn't know that we were dating, and it's tension between us, because the way she walked past them and just stared at them and did this like angry face, it just came across so scripted, so rehearsed. And then the mama can't stop laughing, which makes me feel like she can't even stay in character the whole time. So for me, I'm not even invested into this storyline at this point because I feel like it's fake. I feel like they might be dating in real life, but Sequoia knew from the jump and they just decided to come up with this storyline. Or they could not even be dating for real in real life at all, and this is a storyline for them. But regardless, I don't believe in it anymore. It just came across really fake to me. Overall, though, I like this episode better than I like the season premiere episode. I'll give tonight's episode a B+. It seems like things are heating up. The drama is about to ensue, and I am all for it. Let me know whose side you guys are on, Cree or Brianna's in their spat. If in fact this storyline with Sequoia and Tiny is true, do you think that Tiny is wrong? Do you think that Sequoia has the right to be upset about the situation? Do you all feel like Tretch came at Sam sideways? Let's talk down below in the comment section, you guys. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.